focused on synergistic systems, performance, collaborative team dynamics, empowerment, and optimization of human potential. She has over 30 years faculty experience at McGill University, Canada.
I love you.
I love you.
I loves you.
I love you.
And I loves you.
I love you.
It's an honor to be here this afternoon. I'm so glad we're here together. And I would like to start by taking a moment. I'd like to dedicate it to the honor of all the women of the world. Would you mind if we do that? Please close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Quieten your mind. Harness the pure, clean energy coming from above. Please keep your eyes closed. Take another deep breath. See a big white light in this room that covers the whole wall facing you. In your mind's eye, a huge sign that says, to all women in my life, thank you from the inner core of my soul for being there, in sickness and in health, in sadness and joy, in infancy and childhood, in adulthood and old age. To women who pioneered running their businesses with integrity, I vow gratitude. To my mother, to my sister, to my wife and my daughter and mothers-to-be, thank you. You made a difference in my life. I ask for forgiveness if I hurt you knowing or unknowingly, for I did not mean to do so. To all women of the world, you are all in business. Your business is called caring for others on this earth. This is my heartfelt message of love dedicated to you. Today, I start a new page for humanity. Together, we will open the gates of wellness to all. The next moment, keep your eyes closed, please. This is dedicated in gratitude for those who made this opportunity to raise consciousness for world wellness happens. Those who worked so hard, visibly and behind the scene, particularly Dr. B.I. Peter, his team and volunteers. Above all, the art creator who inspired and lends unrelenting support for this effort. Now I open my arms and send my love to all of you in gratitude. Please open your arms. Let's send the love to all the men and women in the world, mothers, daughters, children, and mothers-to-be. So this world will be saved and be a beautiful place for us. In the name of whoever we worship, so love will descend on us, and we all live in harmony. Amen. If you would tell me something about whether or not can you hear me now? I had a few people come and ask me about Seal Space, and I thought perhaps I would start by sharing with you what this organization is all about. Because what I'm going to be speaking about later on may touch on some of the things that relate to it. Seal Space stands for Chief Executive Officers. SPACE stands for offering a safe space for everyone to grow and develop. This is a short name for it. However, the long name means much more than that. C stands for cooperation, collaboration. It stands for cooperative alliances and communities, competency, commitment, coaching in financial well-being, and financial matters. E stands for education, enterprise, entrepreneurship, excellence, expertise, exceptional network, international one, eternal resources for all industries, all markets, and all areas of entrepreneurial expertise, business development, sequencing, capital engineering, business plans, expert team building, marketing, branding, and distribution. O stands for organization, thousands of members internationally bringing business owners a network of lifetime relationships together. Investors and inventors and Fortune 150, 100 Fortune companies get together to mentor everybody. It's a network of lifetime with an MBA level training associated with the university that's taking the curriculum to bring it to a master's and a PhD level. O stands for being the oldest and the largest organization. If you want to know the best about this organization, you've just met some of the instructors in it and its members. Roger Anthony is an instructor in it. So it is Dave Austin and Bob Proctor. I am a club president in Canada, associated with the same organization. And we have Sadie and Richard Crawford, who are also members of this organization. If you want to know something about the quality of people, they represent the quality of people. We truly believe in cooperation, not competition. That's why we're all here supporting the wellness opportunity. This is where we see the future. We're a business organization that belongs to the future. It started 20 years ago with one mission. We create an international community of entrepreneurs who believe that peace can come by cooperating with each other. Do you believe that I gave you some information about it? Okay, thank you very much. And maybe later on, if Dave or anyone would like to add something to it. So, having said that, what I'm going to be focusing on is financial well-being. Do you think it's appropriate to do that? Yes? Yes or yes? Yes. Thank you. We are talking about balance, right? Yes. We have to have balance. And when we talk about financial well-being, we're talking about wealth building. But wealth building not in the sense of accumulating money. It's in the sense of accumulating wealth that one would have to give back to the community. We believe that we can learn how to do business properly. We go out and earn decent money with integrity. Then we go back and we give back to people. Would that be a reasonable thing to do in life? Would you like to do that? Yes. So how about if we think about financial wellness from that perspective? Do we have an agreement? Do we have an agreement? Okay. Let's say that we just learned about the importance of believing. I believe in you. Do you believe in you? Yes. Do you believe in you? Yes. Do you believe in you? Yes. Wonderful. We're on the same page, right? Okay, let's move on then. We did two things. We agreed that cooperation is important, right? Financial well-being is good. We also agreed that balance is important, and we truly believe that we have to do this, right? What is the relationship then between abundance and financial well-being? There are people who do business in the world that what they'll end up doing is working out of greed. Lots of business people work out of greed. They're coming from a space that there's not enough for everybody. So what they'll end up doing, you go around taking away the piece of bread from somebody else's mouth. Have you experienced that? Have you experienced trying to compete with you? You're a small business trying to rise, and all you get is hit on the head, right? And what happens if they don't do that? You wait a little, They wait a bit until you grow up, little bit, then they buy you out. Have you seen that happen too? So what is the spirit behind that? It's greed. It's the spirit of greed, and greed is the opposite of cooperation. So if you play with me the game, we're going to be looking at what are the aspects that we need to look at if we are going to make a difference in the financial life of people. I would like to ask you, how many people here are in business? Let me ask you a few questions. Put your hand up if you're in any business, please. Wonderful. Put your hand up if you are in a small or medium-sized business. Great. How many of you is not in business but would love to be in business? You'd love to start your business. Put your hand up, please. How many of you are scared to dream to have business? Have the courage to say that. Great. How many of you would support their family and their friends if they would start their business? Would you put your hand up? Okay, so what we have a room with people who are either in business, would love to be in business, are scared to start business although they want to, and we have a group of people who would love to help their friends and families if they do that. So we are doing that very well in terms of finding out where do we go from here. If we look at women, I believe that women are leaders. I believe they are the champions. I believe they are the warriors. And I truly believe they are the supreme warriors who are going to take the business into the next level. How many of you would you agree that? Put your hand up if you truly agree that women can make a difference in business. Okay. That's great because we have brothers here who actually are putting their hands up. How many of you truly believe women have no place in business? Okay. How many would not put their hand up anyway? Nobody? Okay. Let's look at what is the role then of women in business. If we look back in history, Egyptian women ruled the country with its wealth and business. Women entrepreneurs from dawn of time did that. So if they can do that, do you believe you can? If that could be done way back, then you can do it now. Would you agree? Give yourself a hand. Okay. We can, sometimes we say to ourselves, what we need to do is be content with what we have. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nice to be content with what we have. But if you truly want to have something to offer to the world, I'm not there in that slide yet, I just pushed it, so just listen to me for a second. If you are going to help the world, if you're going to help humanity, are you limited by resources or not? Are you? If you have little, and you say, I'm content to have that much, it's wonderful. But that much is going to be the ceiling beyond which you cannot help anybody. So wealth building comes through business because it has no ceiling, and that's extremely helpful to do that. If we go that route and say we need to raise wealth in order to contribute to the society, and I'm talking to women, but I'm also talking to men who would agree to support women, then we need to look at the threats and what are the pillars if we're going to go for financial wellness. The biggest threats to financial wellness today is competition. Why? Competition is basically the financial virus for the soul. The soul of corporations, the soul of business, the soul of human beings. What is the wellness pillar that allows us to counteract that? Cooperation and collaboration. We've heard enough about collaboration and collaboration. Are you convinced already about that? Yes? Okay, the second threat that we have to financial wellness for the world is greed, where competition virus breeds. Greed is where the virus breeds. And the only thing we can actually combat that is through gratitude, abundance and prosperity. And this is an attitude of gratitude we can all have. The third threat that we have for the financial well-being is ignorance. And I cannot really emphasize that more than, it's just amazing. Ignorance is a killer. 93% of businesses die in the first 3 years. Why? People don't know how to run business. We all went to school, but even when they give people master's degrees in business administration, they don't teach them how to develop their own business. What they do, they teach them how to become good managers for someone else's corporation. So unfortunately, people put all the money they earn, they're good professionals, they have very good heart, all the money they have to put into the business, and what they'll end up doing is crashing in 3 years' time. We have only one solution for that, and that's education. And education is not going to come from master degrees. It's not coming from schools right now. Education has to come from places where you learn entrepreneurship, because that is what is actually needed right now. The last thing that is a threat to financial well-being is apathy. Just being lazy, doing nothing, not caring about what happens to the world, and taking the role of being victimized. How many of you here know what feeling like a victim feels like? Nobody? You don't feel like you've been victimized? How many women here feel they've been victimized? That the world was not fair to them? Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. Now, can we live our life feeling like victims? Can we do that? Men in the room, can you always live the rest of your life feeling like the world has not been fair to you? Can you live that way? So, men and women cannot do that. So why do we accept to live the life of being victims? The more we feel like victims, we will do nothing about changing the situation. So how to reverse that situation? So if we want to get the pillars, we need collaboration, cooperation, we need to start gratitude and abundance, prosperity, thinking, we need to bring the education. And the only way we're going to stop the victimization role we play in life that paralyzes us is to begin to act with leadership. We have to have leadership, and it is the only way we can move. So I would like to bring some aspects about the cooperation. Why we talk cooperation being important? And I'm going to bring it from another aspect that has been talked about this morning. For me, cooperation is the only currency that well-being can use globally. Are you following what I'm saying? We use dollars. We use all sorts of currency. The only currency that has no problem with age, with sex, with color of skin, with language, it is the cooperation currency. You can take it anywhere, you don't have to exchange it. You don't have to go to a bank to get the cooperation. You can carry it with you in your heart and your soul and your behavior. And I'm bringing it from that point of view because I believe this is the only currency that will cross the boundaries of geography. It will transcend time. And with it, we can leave a legacy to our children. Who would like to leave a legacy for our children to be better than our life? Nobody? Oh no, you need to wake up. Okay, what am I going to do? I know it's lunchtime, right? And everybody's getting tired. So let me ask you then a few questions. If you are going to be involved in business to try to increase your revenue, what will you do? If you are a woman and you are in business, and I know there are brothers here, I would like you to think about this in your own way. I'd like you to close your eyes for 1 minute, please. Close your eyes for 1 minute. Think about you're walking into an area where you have lots of homes. These homes have fences around them, huge fences and huge gates. The gate is very thick. And these homes have doors, locked doors. And inside, there is a tremendous amount of treasures. So these treasures are there, except that very few people have the key to them. You cannot enter into the room into these houses without a key. You cannot enter into the gate without a key. And although there are gardens in that area that you can walk through, there are areas with bushes that have snakes in it. And there are dogs all around the place. Imagine you are in that environment and you are basically, this environment represents business world. The business world where opportunities can be there, except you don't know how to unlock the door. There are people who will help you. There are gardens with smelly roses. Lots and lots of prosperity expected there. However, you also have at the same time snakes that can come out and bite you. Okay? Please put your left hand up. Keep your right hand up. Please keep your left hand up if you are a champion. Do you champion a cause? Do you champion a cause with well-being? Okay. So, if you are a leader and you champion the cause of well-being, you have both hands up. Please stand up with both hands up. If you believe you will do whatever it takes to move the well-being movement globally. Hands up and stand up, please. Okay. If you are standing up with both hands up, and you truly believe you will do whatever it takes, no matter what, please shout, I will do it no matter what. I will do it no matter what. I will do it no matter what. Now everybody's in that position. You are a supreme warrior that's going to take this to the person next to you, look to them in the eye. Look to them in the eye and say, I honor you. Please repeat after me. Turn to the person next to you. I honor you. I celebrate you. I am proud of you, a fellow supreme warrior for well-being. Give the person a hug if you want to. Honor that person. Okay. So let's say, you know what you just realized you did? You just made a commitment. You just made a commitment to stand by the cause of well-being in the world. Are you proud of that? Please give yourself a big hand. For those of you who choose not to stand up, who are still sitting down, may I have a commitment that although you don't see yourself leading the movement, would you support everybody? Would you support everybody? You might not need, I would just give them a hand. We hope that we will actually get us. So, how would we do that? If we happen to be in business or starting a business, we open the gates, unlock the doors. We make the information accessible to others. We educate others. We inspire them. We mentor them. We support them. And we create cooperative alliances. What's missing then? One thing that is missing is that both men and women have to be involved in this. Would you agree? Otherwise, it's going to be competition. How many women are not here because culturally they cannot be here by themselves? How many men are here because they represent their sisters, their mothers, or their daughters? Because they cannot be here. So they are here on behalf of these women. If you are in that position, I would like to honor you for stepping up to do this. And I would like to ask you, when you go back, to please give them a chance to build whatever they are made to do. Because every woman can contribute to the business. Would you agree? Yes. Why am I talking about this? We're talking about the role of women in business, what they can do to move forward the well-being movement. Women cannot be outside of that movement. They have to be in it. And whenever you're on a salary, your income is very limited. So where will you get the extra money to help humanity to move forward? It's by going to business. Does that make sense? Yes. So if you do want to do that, you do not want 50% of the population to be deprived, because they can do it. Okay, they can do it in a variety of ways, so men can do it. There is no reason why it should not happen. One of the fears that happens all the time is that men are afraid that women are going to have extra money in their hands and they're going to rebel. Do you believe that happens in some parts of the world? There's fear. But why is the fear coming from? It's coming from fear of competition. It is the same virus. Because men are afraid that women are going to start competing with them. They're going to start rebelling. But if we go back to the essence of cooperation, if we truly believe that partnership starts in the home, do you agree partnership starts in the home? Yes. Wives and husbands, everybody in the family, if they all work in partnership, in cooperation, we should not have problems. We should not have that kind of fear. So, there are those in the world who make it happen, and there are those who watch what happens, and those who wake up finally and wonder what had happened. Have you ever heard that before? There are people who will make it happen, those who will watch things happen from a distance, and others who will just ask what happened after it did. So which one would you choose to be? Make it happen? Wonderful. So if you really want to make it happen, let's see what can you do to make it happen. If you believe you have the power to make a difference, if you believe you have a choice, my question to you is, are you ready? Yes. You are? Yes. Okay. So you're going to be then somebody who will seek knowledge, because knowledge is power. How many of you here have actually learned how to develop business? Have really gone and learned how to do that? Put your hand up, please. Okay. We have less than 20 people maximum in this room. Less than 10 people, 20 people maximum who learn how to do this. How are we going to create financial wellness in the world if we don't know how to do it? Would somebody ask me, just tell me how we're going to do it? If you don't know how to do it, would you go to an engineer to have heart surgery? You wouldn't do that. They'll kill you, right? Why would we think as engineers or whatever we happen to be, whatever our profession is, we can just walk into business, start the business, and know how to do it? It's impossible. So those of you who are in network marketing, your uplines are going to help you do this. Would you agree? Yes. Okay. Now those of you who are in different kinds of businesses will need help. And this is a moment of truth. You can only take actions about this. If you want to learn, if you want to be the best, who do you learn from? You have to learn from the best. Having said that, this presentation was actually about a celebration and a calling for all women to become the supreme warriors. So where did you get to learn, and what do you do to improve, to go into the financial well-being? If you are in network marketing, and Noni is one example, make sure you go to your upline and you learn that. If you are in a different type of business, that's not network marketing business, what you will have to do is you have to go somewhere where you can learn how to build a business, how to market, how to do it properly, how to raise capital. You need money to do the business and run it properly. And I do have certain options for you available to you. I'm going to share them with you now. Would that be all right? I'm going to give you some solutions. Is that okay? Okay. CEO Space, I told you about it. CEO Space offers an MBA level training in entrepreneurship. You become a life member, you have a support system, you have resources around you for life, and you get coaching for free. When we meet 5 times a year, you get coaching for free. And one thing that is membership in that club is we've taken $2,000 off. We pay only once. And this is only offered here today in the next 72 hours. After that, that offer is gone. Usually, how much does it cost you to do an MBA level training? Anybody have any idea? How much does it cost? Sorry? $37. Okay. How much will it cost you to go to a lawyer, to go to an accountant, to go to get consultation about how to build your business without crashing? But people in business have some idea about this. 10,000, you have thousands. The lawyers are about $500. I'm talking about people in North America. Well, this membership, it's only for the next 72 hours, and this is actually in support of the wellness organization to help everybody who wants to move business and help themselves and help move the income to support the wellness organization. This, instead of $7,500 for lifetime, it is $5,500 only for a lifetime, and you get a whole lot of stuff with it. And I can share you with that some information when I'm finished here. When we finish, you can meet me outside in the other room, and I can share you information about it. You also have the opportunity of bringing in a guest with you for free, for lifetime membership. That means that for $22.75, you would have access to all the resources that you could dream of. Is there something you'd like to add, David or Roger, would you like to add something about this in relation to what this offered? I have other things to share with you also that will help you out with business.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, divine, thank you, divine, thank you, mama, thank you, mama, thank you, mama, thank you, papa, thank you, papa, thank you, papa, thank you all, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, divine. Thank you, divine. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Thank you, papa. Thank you, papa. Thank you, papa. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, divine. Thank you, divine. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Thank you, mama. Thank you, papa. Thank you, papa. Thank you, papa. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, divine.